For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For 75 years, AIR has used evidence to improve lives. Over the next 5, we're investing more than $100 million to fight inequity. Learn more at AIR.org/equity.
Residential parking permits may not apply to your entire ward in the future. I'm Luke Lickert.
The challenge of teaching the history of Christopher Columbus. A Harvard professor gives tips. I'm Valerie Baum.
Finding quality childcare and finding the money to pay for it. I'm Christopher Cruz.
It's 11 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. 3 people are in police custody after a deadly shooting in St. Paul, Minnesota. One woman was killed after cops say several people pulled guns inside a busy bar. WCCO TV reporter David Schumann.
I did speak to a man who was at the bar last night celebrating a friend's birthday. He says the gunshots started suddenly without warning. There was no commotion, no argument, no fight that he knew of. Next thing, everybody around him was dropping to the floor, so he did too. He heard more than one person yell out, "I'm hit," and in fact, the woman who died was right next to him on the ground.
14 other people were injured. Facebook is making changes over criticism that its platforms are harmful to young users. Spokesman Nick Clegg on CNN's State of the Union.
If someone's, for instance, looking at material relating to eating disorders, they will get prompts on their feeds to guide them towards helpful information, resources from experts and specialist organizations who can help them.
Thousands of people are scrambling to find flights after Southwest Airlines cancels hundreds of flights over the weekend. CBS's Lilia Luciano is at LAX.
Crowds and chaos at many airports across the country this weekend in the wake of flight cancellations by Southwest, the nation's largest domestic airline.
What's that been like? So far stressful. It's not been fun. You know, it's not a good way to end our honeymoon.
More than 1,000 flights were canceled today. That's nearly a third of the airline's schedule. Another 800 flights were scrapped Saturday. Southwest's pilot union is denying it's a sick-out or protest. On Friday, it had asked the court to temporarily block the airline's COVID vaccine mandate.
The Justice Department says a Navy nuclear engineer with access to military secrets has been charged for trying to sell those secrets to a foreign government. Jonathan Toby allegedly also tried passing on design information on nuclear-powered submarines. His contact was an agent. Health experts say kids could be fully vaccinated by the holidays.
New cases of the coronavirus have been declining nationwide over the last month, although they still average around 95,000 a day. As Halloween approaches, Dr. Anthony Fauci is encouraging families to trick or treat, particularly those who are vaccinated.
You're outdoors for the most part. Enjoy it. I mean, this is a time that children love. It's a very important part of the year for children.
For those not yet vaccinated, Dr. Fauci suggests getting the shots for what he calls an extra degree of protection. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
A male runner from Ethiopia and a female runner from Kenya win this year's Chicago Marathon. 35,000 runners competed this year. This is CBS News.
Never miss a moment. Top news from WTOP 24/7, 365. Listen on air, on Alexa, and on the WTOP app.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. It's 11:03, Sunday, October 10th, 2021. It's 64 degrees outside our studios, going down to the low 60s overnight. Good evening. I'm Gigi Barnett. Here are the top local stories we're following this hour. Calvert County Public Schools are asking parents to drive their kids to school tomorrow. The schools are expecting some school bus drivers who work for local bus contractors to call out sick. The school system says it knows not all buses will have drivers tomorrow, including the 47, the 84 buses, and the special buses 124, 132, and 299. Neighboring Anne Arundel County also facing school bus driver shortages. It's looking at a plan that would boost drivers' wages by $5 an hour and offer bonuses to new hires. New tonight, a teenager is in the hospital after a shooting at Naylor Road Metro Station in Temple Hills. A spokesperson with WMATA says it happened just before 8 p.m. The victim was identified as a 16-year-old male who was shot while sitting in the bus bay of the station. Doctors say that teen should survive his injuries. It seems like we're always telling you about traffic headaches on southbound I-95 in Virginia, but now we can report that some relief is right around the corner.
On Wednesday, a new bridge span on 95 South in the Fredericksburg area is set to open. It'll eventually double 95's southbound capacity across the Rappahannock River with 6 southbound lanes in all. The Virginia Department of Transportation says the existing southbound bridge will carry local traffic, while through traffic will use the new bridge. But while the bridge is set to open Wednesday, construction is not expected to fully wrap up until December. Additional northbound travel lanes in the same area are set to open to traffic in 2024. John Aaron, WTOP News.
D.C. leaders are proposing a law that would limit the ability of residents to park freely in the wards they live in.
Your residential parking permit would instead shrink to the neighborhood where you live. Currently, you can park on any residential street in your ward. The new parking permit would be labeled for your advisory neighborhood commission. So instead of 8 parking areas, there would be 41. Councilmember Christina Henderson and Brooke Pinto introduced the bill, saying it would help small businesses that rely on parking turnover and prioritize parking for residents in areas with limited space. They also want to divorce parking permits from political districts as they redraw ward lines after the 2020 census. If approved, the change would start at the beginning of 2023. Luke Lukert, WTOP News.
Tomorrow is Columbus Day on the federal calendar and Indigenous Peoples Day in some cities and towns, including the district. Here's a friendly reminder. The federal holiday will cause some closures. All Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. departments of motor vehicles will be closed. The district's public COVID-19 testing sites and call center will also close. No in-person absentee voting in Alexandria tomorrow, and students and teachers in Alexandria City, Loudoun, Prince William, and Fairfax counties will get the day off. In Maryland, Charles and Prince George's counties will also close their offices. You can see a full list of closures at WTOP.com. And as Indigenous Peoples Day is being celebrated and replacing Columbus Day in many instances, what should children be learning about Christopher Columbus? That's a question that we posed to a Harvard lecturer.
Recently, historians have documented Columbus's role in slavery and exploitation of natives, which led to protests of the holiday. Eric Soto-Shed, a lecturer on education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, told WTOP that the holiday is now an opportunity to teach about the nuances of the past.
1492 is a turning point in world history.
He said the re-examination of Columbus fits in with a more realistic examination of American history.
We've seen various movements to begin to look at American history. It's not simply as this glorified story of progress, but really kind of look at it for its sort of ups and downs.
Valerie Bonk, WTOP News.
Coming up after traffic, finding good quality health care is a hassle for so many parents. Well, now help is on the way. It's 11:07.
Sign up today at BetMGM and enjoy the thrill of victory on your very first bet. The king of sportsbooks welcomes you to Showtime with the lock of the year. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on any pro football game. If any team scores a touchdown on Sunday, you'll win $200 in free bets, regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use bonus code WTOP200 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Enjoy football like never before with BetMGM's live betting options, boosted odds specials, and daily promotions at your fingertips all season long. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code WTOP200.
For the ones going above and beyond. For the ones reaching out, helping out, and lending a hand. For the ones people count on. You can count on Grainger. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Backed by 24/7 customer support and specialists to help with hard-to-find products. Because you've got everyone's back. We've got yours. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code PHIL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL.